In this video, we are going to be analysing natural gas. Obviously, we're going to be doing this on the futures, but it is making big moves today. We're down near enough 7% so far, but we can see in the last few minutes, don't think there's been any releases. Oh no, here we go. So Biden to announce restrictions. Okay, so this is why natural gas is moving to the downside. Be paying attention to this. It is moving more than a fundamental reason. Again, it could be a bit of more of a blip move. We'll see within about 15 minutes. If this continues its trend after about 15 minutes, the market is kind of sticking to its guns and will probably continue that trend. So what are going to be key levels that we're focusing on more in the longer term? So again, not just looking maybe for today, but looking into next week and going a bit further. So here we have our standard deviation channels. If we continue down, we have supports at $4 and $9.65. Now this is going to take us down to this recent low, and really this is going to be a key zone of resistance because we also have one at 4.815. Now this is going to be really key, and this is really what I'd be paying attention to. If natural gas can come down here, this is going to provide some good trading opportunities because you've got really three strong reasons for entry. You've got the second deviation on the 4 hour, you've also got the second deviation on the 1 year chart, and you've got kind of a recent low. So seeing that, big reasons for there to really be a support and buyers to come in, and also be watching out for RSI. How is it reacting? Is it going to be, as it looks right now, it could be moving out of divergence. Again, just another reasons for entry, but that is just one of the things I'll be looking out for. This is going to be a key zone of support, and really this would be where my main trade opportunity and what I would be paying attention to. However, if we do break this again, we always like to be prepared. Quite far off from where we are now, we would be coming down to a 52-week low, and that would be at 360 and 3.0, 3.10 really. Now these are going to be the next zones of support. Again, these I don't see being super likely because again we do still have surging energy prices, and again, especially coming into next year, we're going to be struggling. Europe and stuff, yes, they have reserves for this year, we're going to be fine. But coming into the following year, if this war's not resolved, we're going to have troubles. Natural gas is going to be high. So again, if we push down to there, I would be a bit concerned because either if we push down that low, it may mean there's big news out. So if we're pushing down that low, definitely be looking at the news. But I'm only really see us getting that low. More on if news comes out that maybe Putin's pulling out of Ukraine or something like that. Otherwise, I don't really see us pushing down that low. If we do though, could be a good opportunity. Definitely something I'll be looking at to pay maybe on a long bias. Again, as it's not so much a trading setup, if it comes down to that kind of low, it would be something I'd probably look to trade through maybe an ETF because then I can buy some options on it, have a defined risk. But if it gets that bounce, which I would expect if it comes down that low, again, I get that upside opportunity. If we continue to fade, again, I wouldn't really be paying attention to these levels because they're just so far off. But again, we always like to be prepared, and that would be at 2.25 and also 1.35. Those would be our fourth deviations. Again, very unlikely that we come down to those levels, but it's always better to be prepared than not. Now, on to the resistances. What are we paying attention to? So 6.34 and 6.55. These are our first deviations of the 4 hour and the 6 month. The 6 month and the 1 year chart. Now, this is kind of where we tapped today, and now we're starting to fade back down. So this is quite good because you're having technicals lined up with the fundamentals. Again, we've just had them Biden announce expecting that there will be restrictions. Again, this is moving on the initial rumor, so it's moving off that fundamental rumor, and we had resistances as we were there. Obviously, it comes out if it's denied, or it's not going to happen, or even if it comes out, expect a bit of a fade back up because again, the rumor makes a big move. Once it gets confirmed or denied, you tend to fade the direction a bit more. So be watching out for that. But again, just be watching. If we hold short on this 6.5, our target is still going to be around this $5 mark. Now though, if we start to break further to the upside, we're looking at 7.70, 8.30, and we have final resistances, or what we'd really be paying attention to, at around 9.1 and $10. So again, I keep saying dollars. I know it's not actual a dollar amount, but it's just more common because I do mainly stock analysis. But these would be the main things we're paying attention to. Yes, there's a lot of levels. Obviously, if we break higher, you can see them there. But again, this is more looking out. And again, for kind of like the next probably I'd say the next month. And the reason for that is natural gas and kind of oil and all these kind of things, they're going to be very dependent on what's happening in the world as of right now. And considering the current environment we're in, anything coming out from Putin can have a big effect on these kind of markets. So that's why we don't want to give you kind of going out like we normally would, 3 to 6 month outlooks, because it can change so quickly that those levels probably won't be valid looking down 2 months down the time. So really the longest we would be looking at these levels is maybe a month down the line. So if you're watching this video a bit late, again, check the date. But as long as it's no more than a month old, these levels will most likely still be quite high probable levels. But again, there's a lot of levels here. Do you need to pay attention to all of them? No. We're currently sitting at 5.9. The only things I would be paying attention to is kind of the 6.5 to down to the 4.8. And what do I mean by that? If we continue this downtrend, this is our target, so that's all we're paying attention to. If we are holding it short now, these are our resistances. If we start to break above it, that would be our stop. Again, then we would want to be out because most likely we got direction wrong. So really, that's all we're paying attention to. If you start breaking a level, then your focus goes to that. For example, if we break below 4.8, then this becomes your new resistance. You want to see if you can tap it and fade back down. And if so, then your target goes to 3.6. Again, you only have to pay attention to closest to where we are now. You don't have to be paying attention to all that lines because there is just too many to even pay attention to. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the breakdown on natural gas. If you did, why not drop a like and subscribe and check out one of these 2 analysis videos.